Now old desire doth in his deathbed lie, and young affectionate gapes to be his heir, that for which love groaned and for would die. Which tender Juliet matched, now is not fair. Now Romeo is beloved and loves again, alike bewitched by the charm of looks, but to his foe he must complain. And she steals love's sweet bait from fearful hooks, being held a foe, he may not have access to breathe such vows as lovers use to swear. And she, as much in love, her means much less, to meet her new beloved anywhere. But passion lends them power, time means to meet, tempering extremities with extreme sweet.
Can I go forward when my heart light here? Turn back, dull earth, and find thy center out.
Romeo, my cousin, Romeo, Romeo!
He is wise, and all my life he hath stolen him home to bed.
He ran this way and leapt this orchard wall. Call, good Mercutio.
Nay, I'll conjure too Romeo, humor's madman, passion, lover. Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme and I am satisfied. Cry but a me, pronounce but love and dove. Speak to my gossip Venus one fair word. What nickname for her pure blind son and heir? Young Abraham Cupid, he that shot so true when King Cophetua loved the beggar maid. He heareth not, he stirreth not, he thinketh not. The ape is dead and I must conjure him. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her scarlet lip, by her fine foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the demnessness that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
Envy hear thee, thou wouldst anger him.
This cannot anger him. 'Twould anger him to raise a spirit in his mistress's circle of some strange nature, letting it there stand till she had laid it down and conjured it down. That she were some spite, my invocation is fair and honest in his mistress's name. I conjure only but to raise up him.
Come, he hath hid himself among these trees, to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, and best benefits the dark.
If love be blind, love cannot hit the mark. He would sit on a medlar tree and wish his mistress for that kind of fruit. As maids call medlars when they laugh alone. O Romeo, that she were, all that she were, an open arse and now a popper and pear. Romeo, good night, I'll to my truckle bed, this field is too cold for me to sleep. Come, shall we go?
Go then, for 'tis in vain. To seek him here means not to be found.
He jests at scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon, who is already sick and pale with grief, that thou, her maid, far more fair than she, but she not her maid, since she is envious. Her vessel livery but sick and green, and none do fools but wear it, cast it off. It is my lady, oh it is my love, oh that she knew she were. She speaks, yet she says nothing. What of that? Her eye discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all heaven. Having some business, I do entreat her, to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? Those brightness of her cheek would shame those stars, as daylight doth the lamp, her eyes in heaven. Would thou the airy region steam so bright, that birds would sing and it were not night. See how she leans upon cheek upon her hand. Oh, that I were a glove upon that hand, that I might touch that cheek.
Ay me.
She speaks. Let's speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious to this night, being o'er my head, as the winged messenger of heaven, into the white upturned wandering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy puffing clouds, sails upon the bosom of air.
O Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll never be a Capulet.
Shall I hear more? Shall I speak at this?
'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, thou not a Montague. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part belonging to a man. Oh, be some other name. What is any name? That which we call a rose. By any other word smell is sweet. So, Romeo, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes. Without that title, Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name, which is no part of thee, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me but love, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth, I will never be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus be screened in night, stumblest upon my counsel?
By a name. I know not how to tell thee who I am. My name, dear saint, is hateful to myself, because it is an enemy to thee. Had I it written, I would tear thy word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's uttering, yet I know that sound. Art thou not Romeo and a Montague?
Neither, fair maid, if either thee dislike.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place death, considering who thou art, if any of my kinsmen find thee here.
With love's light wings did I approach these walls. For stony limits cannot hold love out, and what love can do that dares love attempt? Therefore thy kinsmen are no stop to me.
If they do see thee, they will murder thee.
Alack, there lies more peril in thine eyes than 20 of their swords. Thou look but sweet. I am proof against their enemy.
I would not for the world they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their eyes. But thou love me, let them find me here. But life were better ended by their hate, and death prologued, wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundest out this place?
By love, that first did prompt me to inquire. He lent me counsel, I lent him eyes. I am no pilot, yet wert thou as far as vast shore watched up with the farthest sea. I should have ventured for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face, else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheek for that which thou heard me speak tonight. Fain would I dwell on form, fain deny what I have spoke, but farewell compliment. Dost thou love me? I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. Yet if thou swearest, thou mayst prove false at lovers' perjuries. They say, Jove laughs, O gentle Romeo. If thou dost love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou thinkest I am too quickly won, I'll frown and be perverse and say thee nay. So thou wilt woo. But else not for the world. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayst think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than those that have more coying to be strange. I should have been more strange, I must confess, but thou overheard ere I was ware my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night hath so discovered.
Lady, by yonder blessed moon I vow, that tips with silver all these fruit tree tops.
Oh, swear not by the moon, the inconstant moon, that monthly changes inner circle orb, lest that thy love prove likewise variable.
What shall I swear by?
Do not swear at all, or if thou wilt, swear by thy gracious self, which is the God of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my heart's dear love.
Well, do not swear! Although I joy in thee, I have no joy of this contract tonight. It is too rash, too unadvised, too sudden, too like the lightning, which doth cease to be ere one can say it lightens. Sweet good night. The bud of love by summer's ripening breath may prove a beauteous flower when next we meet. Good night, as sweet repose and rest come to my heart as that within my breast.
Oh, wilt thou leave me so unsatisfied?
What canst thou have tonight?
The exchange of love's fateful vow of mine.
I gave thee mine before thou did request it, and yet I would it were to give it again.
Wouldst thou withdraw it? For what purpose? Love?
But to be frank, and give it thee again, and yet I wish but for the thing I have. My bounty is as boundless as the sea, my love is deep, the more I give to thee, the more I have, for both are infinite. Juliet! I hear some noise within. Dear love, adieu. Anon, good nurse, anon, sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, I will come again.
Oh, blessed night, I am afeard. Being in the night, this is all but a dream. Too flattering, sweet, to be substantial.
3 words, dear Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow, by one that I'll procure to come to thee. Where and what time thou wilt perform the rite, and all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world. Madam, I come anon. But if thou meanest not well, I do beseech thee. Madam! By and by I come. To cease thy strife and leave me to my grief, tomorrow I will send.
So thrive my soul.
1,000 times good night.
1,000 times the worse, to want thy light. Love goes forward as schoolboys from their books. but love from love, towards school with heavy looks.
Hist, Romeo, hist! Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this tassel gentle back again. Bondage is hoarse and may not speak aloud, else would I tear the cave where echoes lies, and make her airy tongue more hoarse than mine with repetition of my Romeo.
It is my soul that calls upon my name, of sweet silver sound lovers, tongues by night, like softest music attending ears.
Romeo,
My Nias?
what o'clock tomorrow shall I send to thee?
By the hour of 9.
I will not fail, 'tis 20 years till then. I have forgot why I did call thee back.
Let me stand here until thou remember it.
I shall forget to have thee still stand there, remembering how I love thy company.
And I'll still say, to have thee still forgetting any other home but this.
'Tis almost morning, I would have thee gone, and yet no further than a wanton's bird, that lets it hop a little from his hand, like a poor prisoner to his twisted gyves, and with a silken thread pluck it back again, so loving jealous of his liberty.
I would I were thy bird.
Sweet, so would I, yet I should still kill thee with much cherishing. Good night, parting is such sweet sorrow, that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
Would I were sleep in peace, so sweet to rest. Hence will I do my ghostly sire close cell, to crave and dear love hat to tell.